Welcome back everyone to the Electric Coaches channel. And in this video, I'm still working with my 49ers and I'm outfitting them with bases. I may tweak some bases for my 49ers and I may take bases off other teams to outfit my 49ers defense. But one of the bases I want to tweak for this team is an Invisibase by Tutor. And Tutor has two types of Invisibases. The base you see on your left is the Strength Cleat, and the base you see on your right is the Speed Cleat. And the difference between the two is that the Strength Cleat is supposed to offer more resistance because of the broad cross section you see with the blades here. You have a blade in the front and the back of the base. The Speed Cleat is a two-part base. You have one part that fits on the left and another part that fits on the right of the figure. And those two parts, when they come together, they form a single base. If you look at the front of this practice ram figure, you'll see how the base comes together, the Speed Cleat. You have a part of the base on the right of the figure and a part of the base on the left. And the blades on each part make contact with the board. There's no contact in the middle. There's no material there. Therefore, this base will move a lot easier across the board because of the less material that's contacting the board, unlike the Strength Cleat. So we're going to test this Speed Cleat base against the Strength Cleat base after we tweak it, before and after, by the way. And we're also going to test the Speed Cleat base against other bases as well. The tools that I intend to use to tweak this Invisibase Speed Cleat, the base you see on your right, are these Zuron pliers and these flat sheet metal pliers. I have two other pairs of pliers as well that I intend to use perhaps. I have a pair of parallel pliers and I have a pair of larger, heavier duckbill pliers. And if you look closely at the inside of the jaws, they're smooth. You don't want the jaws with ridges in them because they'll chew up the base. So we're going to take our sheet metal pliers and we're going to move them over to our coffee mug warmer because we want to warm these pliers so that we can soften the plastic on the Invisibase here. The same approach will be used for the Invisibase Strength Cleat as well. We warm the pliers. So while these pliers are warming, we're going to go over to the practice field with our practice players and we're going to test this Invisibase Speed Cleat against the Strength Cleat and maybe some other bases as well. This Speed Cleat, no heat has been put on it. It's been tweaked with just pliers. We're now ready to go down to the field and test our Invisibase Speed Cleat versus our Invisibase Strength Cleat. Let's see how it goes. Okay, the Speed Cleat obviously lost in the pushing battle to the Strength Cleat. The Speed Cleat that you saw just a moment ago I didn't use the candle warmer on this bass. This speed cleat was tweaked with just pliers only. So we're going to get a new speed cleat, and we're going to tweak it using our pliers and our heated pliers from the candle warmer and see if we can get a different result. We're going to do a run test with this Invisibase on our San Francisco 49er practice figure here in the middle of the field. Before we do that, we have our pliers sitting on the candle warmer, warming up so that we can start to tweak our new Invisibase speed cleat, the one you see right here in the middle between the two helmets. So let's run this 49er figure and see how it goes. Doesn't run bad. Let's turn them around a bit. Not worried about it running straight right now. If I can just get some decent movement out of it, it's good enough for me. Okay, let's try it again. Make sure you're straight, facing straight. Okay, not bad movement. Not bad for a bass that's only been tweaked with pliers and no heat. I brought out my practice figure for my Seattle Seahawks, and we have him mounted on the new Invisibase speed cleat. My 49er figure is mounted on the speed cleat that you saw in the previous frames. So we're going to do a run test real quick and see how well this bass runs against the old speed cleat. So the new speed cleat is on our Seahawk figure here. Let's see how it goes. Wow. Okay. The 49er figure on the speed cleat that I tweaked with the pliers is obviously faster and runs a lot better than the new speed cleat out the pack. On the right, we have the Seahawk practice figure on the on a brand new Invisibase speed cleat, and on the left we have the 49er practice figure on the speed cleat that was tweaked with only pliers. So let's go down to the field and let's watch this resistance test and see how it goes. Okay. The 49er figure wins the pushing battle hands down. So we're going to begin tweaking this bass here. This is the new bass on our Seahawk practice figure, and we're going to see if we can get it to match up against this tweaked bass that was tweaked by pliers. The pliers now have been sitting on this candle warmer for about maybe an hour now. Those pliers are warm enough to now begin the process to tweak our speed cleat. And before I grab those pliers, I want to show you something with this bass. Here's the underside of the speed cleat and how it fits on the stand of the player. Now, you can position these blades evenly spaced apart like you see now, or you can close one end like that. You can do the same with the front. This is the back of the bass, by the way, back of the figure. You can take the front, close the front also. So this gives the bass different performance as you angle the base. You can take both prongs, you can shift one set of prongs to one side and the front set to the other side. That can give your bass some turning ability. Now when I go to tweak this bass, I'm going to put these blades close together like so, and I'm going to form one blade, as you can see here. And I'm going to use the pliers, those flat duckbill pliers, and I'm going to lay the jaws of those pliers across the face of this entire blade as they're put together, and I'm going to do that on both sides. This is the back and this is the front. So my intention is to start working with the back prongs, and I'm going to start at the tips of the prongs or blades, and I'm going to work my way up, or down in this case, toward the stand of the figure, you see? And I'm going to pull a little bit to help pull these blades out to reduce some of that density in the plastic of these blades. I had talked before on the MFCA message board about the density of the plastic with these Invisibases and how it's so thick that it tends to hold the bass back when it's new. So by using the heated pliers and stretching these blades, it'll take some of that density out. I'm ready now to get my pliers, and we're going to put the heated pliers onto the prong of the figure. So we're going to start at the rear of the figure. I'm going to press, I'm going to stretch, press, stretch, just a little bit. Stretch a little, but press a lot, because we want to flatten these prongs. Okay. Now you see how the back blades have a slight curl from the heat. Okay. We're going to press them a little bit with our thumb. See that curl? Okay, that's the plastic warping a little bit, but that's okay. That's a good thing. It gives us something to work with. Okay, we're going to set the base there. And I'm going to put these pliers back on the candle warmer because they cooled off just the moment I took them off. So I'm going to get my clamp here so we can balance them when I lay them down. Going to set them back over here on the candle warmer. And then we're going to test this base as is. We haven't done the front blades yet. Did the rear. So let me push it with my fingers a little bit. Now I still can go on the inside here and do the same thing with those pliers. Put the heated blade inside, and then that'll bring these prongs back up to the front. So we're going to run this base real quick. Let's straighten out the blades here. Remember how we had the blades spaced out like this? And you see that curl? Okay. Let's go ahead and do a resistance test really quick. Now if we're going to switch the camera, we're going to stay up top. Let's stay up top. Let's see how it goes. Still lost the pushing battle. But remember, we still have to do the front prongs. And we still haven't used our Xuron pliers either. Okay, I'm going to curl these blades with my fingers a little bit. Let's see how it goes. Make sure his base is straight. 49er figure. See, because I didn't put any glue on those on these speed cleats, the cleats, they slide as you handle the figure sometimes. Let's run them again, see what happens. Okay. Looks a little bit better. Minor adjustment with our finger by taking some of the curl out of these rear blades. Let's run them by itself and see how it goes. Base drags a little bit. That's okay. Still got more work to do. So we're going to let our pliers heat some more, and then we're going to do the same thing to the front prongs or front blades of this out of the pack speed cleat. I'm now ready to get my pliers again, and this time we're going to do the front blades of this Invisibase to try and get them to look like these rear blades. So I'm going to grab my pliers, okay, and I'm going to go on the inside here using the hot portion of the pliers inside here, like so. I'm going to pull. Okay, those blades are curling a little bit, just as they did in the back. Okay. So we're going to set the player down, let those prongs cool a little bit, and we're going to put our pliers back on the coffee mug warmer. Set them right there. So, okay. Surprisingly, these front blades came out softer than the rear ones. Okay, we're going to separate our blades real quick. Okay. Now, from side view, you can see the blades have a somewhat sloped back type of appearance. Now, I also want to put the hot pliers on these blades again, but I want to do the other side. It's like these front blades, I worked inside here. So the next time I bring the hot pliers, I'm going to put the hot pliers on this side. And then in the back, I did this side already. Next time I want to come inside here. So for the meantime, we're going to test this base out and see what we've gotten just from using the hot pliers. So we're going to do a resistance test. I'm going to get our 49er practice figure here. Bring them in. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit, a little closer. Let's watch them work. Okay, it looks as if the Seahawk is holding its ground. I've applied the heated pliers to both sides of this Invisibase speed cleat. I did both the inside of the blades as well as the outside of the blades. Now I want to do a resistance test against this speed cleat that we had seen earlier. Let's see how these two bases match up. The Seahawk figure clearly wins the battle in this pushing match. Okay. Let's test him out now against our 49er figure. See how it goes. This is the speed cleat versus a strength cleat. If you remember, the strength cleat has a broad front and a broad rear. See the blades? That base lost the pushing battle. Okay, let's bring in another strength cleat and see how that one works out. Gets pushed out of the pit. Let's do a run test and see how well this base can run now. Not bad, not bad. Didn't seem to struggle. Let's run it back the other way. See how it goes. Not bad. Okay, I'm curious. I'm going to put this Tudor speed cleat base up against this ITZ power base. I wonder what happens. Let's match them up. See how it goes. Wow. The speed cleat is holding its ground against this ITZ power base. Let's look at another lineman. This right here is a Tudor first run total team control base. And I have it on one of my offensive linemen for my Seahawks. Let's match it up. See how it goes. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I may have found a quality speed cleat just from tweaking using these warmed sheet metal pliers. I'm going to continue to work with this base some more. I don't think we're going to need to have to use our Zuron pliers to stretch this plastic anymore. So I'm going to run test this base some more. We're going to put it in the pit. We're going to try it out on different figures. And we're going to see where this base ends up. It just may end up on the San Francisco 49ers defense. I'm Mo. Thanks for watching.